Have you ever felt it? That gut-wrenching realization that you're not her man, you're just her convenience. That chilling dread that tells you she's not building a future with you, she's merely using you to prop up her present. It's a bitter pill to swallow, but I'm about to force it down. You're not her priority, her partner, or even her backup plan. You're the emotional ATM, the free chauffeur, the endless well of validation. And the worst part, she's made you believe you're indispensable, but your blood, sweat, and tears are pouring into a bottomless pit. Because she sees you as a means to an end, not the end itself. The ancient Stoics understood this brutal truth 2,000 years ago, recognizing the profound disrespect of being treated as a tool. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the 3 undeniable signs she's using you, and I'll arm you with the ultimate Stoic countermove that preserves your dignity and shatters her illusion of control. Once you see this, you can't unsee it, and if she's ticking all 3 boxes, you're about to make the hardest, most liberating decision of your life. Are you ready for the truth that will set you free? First, you are her emergency contact, her last resort, her warm body when no one better is around. This is the clearest, yet most denied, red flag. You only hear from her when her world is crumbling, or when she needs something you uniquely provide. Days, sometimes weeks, pass in radio silence. Your texts gather dust in her inbox. She's busy, swamped, going through a lot. But then, like a siren in the night, your phone lights up. Her car broke down. She needs a ride. Rent is due. She's short. And could you just help out this once? She had a terrible day and needs to vent for hours. She needs a heavy box moved, a technical issue fixed, or even worse, advice on another man she's seeing. And like a fool, you answer. You drop everything. You rearrange your life, hoping that this time, your invaluable assistance will finally make her see you as more than a fixer. For a fleeting moment, she's sweet, attentive, grateful. She might even flirt. You think, see, she does care. But as soon as her immediate need is met, she vanishes. Back to the short texts, the busy excuses, the ghosting. This isn't a relationship. It's a vending machine. The Stoics called it being an instrument, not an end. Epictetus warned against allowing yourself to be used by those who see you merely as a means to their desires. Ask yourself, when was the last time she reached out just to see how you were doing, without needing a single thing? When did she offer to help you? What happens if you say no to one of her demands? If she disappears, goes cold, or only resurfaces when her cup is empty, you're not a partner, you're a resource, and a resource can be depleted. Second, you're her dirty little secret, confined to a hidden compartment in her life. This sign is more insidious because it often feels like intimacy. You've been seeing each other for weeks, months, maybe even longer. You share private moments, intimate conversations, perhaps even your bed. Yet, you've never met her friends. Her family is a complete mystery. You're conspicuously absent from her social media, or any public declaration of your existence. When you tentatively suggest meeting her inner circle, she deflects. They're so busy, or, I like to keep my dating life separate. A casual suggestion of a photo together is met with discomfort. I'm not really big on posting relationship stuff online, or let's just keep this between us for now. When you try to introduce her to your world, she panics. That feels like too much pressure. This compartmentalization is a blaring siren. Why hide you? Because she's keeping her options wide open, free to date others without explanation. Because she's secretly embarrassed by you, or perhaps by how she's treating you. Because, worst of all, she might already be in another relationship, and you are the forbidden side piece. Or quite simply, she doesn't see a future with you, so why bother integrating you into her real life? Seneca, a master of Stoic wisdom, revered sincerity and despised pretense. If she's hiding you, her intentions are anything but honorable. Testa suggests a casual group outing with her friends. Post a completely normal photo of you two together. Casually mention you told your family about her. Her reaction, her discomfort, her excuses will scream the truth. A woman who truly values you, who is proud to be with you, wants the world to know you. She wants to weave you into the fabric of her life, not stash you in a forgotten closet. Third, she's mastered the dark art of intermittent reinforcement, keeping you perpetually hooked on crumbs of hope. This is the most psychologically damaging trap. You're exhausted by the hot and cold treatment, the constant inconsistency. You're on the verge of walking away. And then, as if she senses your impending departure, she throws you a bone. A sudden, sweet text out of nowhere, an unexpected surge of affection. She agrees to plans, is attentive for a day, or drops a line like, I really do care about you. Just enough to reignite your hope, to make you think, finally, things are changing. So, You reinvest. You give more time, more energy, more emotional labor, and then, just as quickly, she reverts, distant, unavailable, inconsistent, taking you for granted. The cycle begins anew. This isn't accidental. It's a calculated, often unconscious, strategy. She's giving you just enough to prevent you from leaving, but never enough to actually satisfy you, keeping you in a state of hopeful desperation. Epictetus taught us to attach to what is in our control and detach from what is not. Her consistency is not yours to command. Her commitment is not yours to force. But your decision to stay or leave, that is entirely within your power. This pattern rewires your brain, conditioning you to chase those fleeting moments of reward, rationalizing her neglect, and lowering your standards until you're surviving on emotional scraps. Track her behavior for 2 weeks. How often does she initiate contact? How consistent is her availability? How much effort does she actually invest compared to yours? If you're consistently getting breadcrumbs instead of a full meal, you're not in a relationship. You're being strung along. So, she's doing 1, 2, or all 3 of these. What now? The Stoic response is brutal, but necessary. Not out of anger, not for revenge, not to manipulate her into changing. You walk away because your self-respect demands it. Marcus Aurelius wisely counseled, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Don't become bitter. Don't play her games. Simply acknowledge the painful reality and act with unwavering integrity. First, accept the cold, hard truth. She is using you. This isn't a phase, it's her pattern. Second, immediately stop providing value. No more favors, no more emotional labor, no more being her convenient ATM. You're not punishing her. You're just ceasing to enable her exploitation. Third, consider a clear, concise communication if you need closure. I've realized this isn't a mutual investment, and I refuse to be someone's convenience. I wish you well, but I'm moving on. Keep it brief. No arguments. No negotiations. Fourth, cut contact. Block her number, unfollow on social media. Erase her from your digital and emotional landscape. This isn't cruelty. It's radical self-protection. Finally, pivot that wasted energy. Pour it into your goals, your passions, the people who genuinely value you. She will reach out when her resource is gone. Her "why are you acting like this?" or "I thought we were friends" is panic, not genuine remorse. Hold your ground. If you take her back without months of demonstrated, consistent change, you're just teaching her she can use you without consequence. Seneca taught, it is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poorer. When you accept being used, you reveal a poverty of self. When you walk away from those who exploit you, you embody an abundance of dignity. You deserve someone who cherishes you, integrates you, and consistently invests in you. That person exists. But you'll never find her if you're chained to a woman who sees you as nothing more than a temporary utility. If this video ripped open your eyes to a painful truth, don't let it close again. Subscribe now and hit the notification bell, because next, I'm dissecting the dark psychology of female attraction and revealing the ancient Stoic secrets to becoming the kind of man she can't help but deeply desire. I'll see you there.